This is a pre-recorded session from The Real Wheel. The spins are recorded live and unedited, and the results are still random. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Welcome. It's Thursday the 28th of July 2022, and here are your spins from The Real Wheel for today. Let's get the 20-minute timer up and running, and let's spin from the last result of the last session, which was 25. So I hope everyone's doing very well here on this Thursday afternoon, Thursday lunch. The working week's almost over, so if you are a Monday to Friday kind of person, you've only got a couple of days left. Everyone else, unfortunately, the weekend is a bit meaningless, isn't it? And our first result together is number 2. Black, even and low for number 2 in the first dozen in the middle column, part of the Wazan section of the wheel. Moving on from number 2 to the next result. Now, I've got to be honest, I cannot remember recording the Wednesday session. I was that unwell, so I'm just getting myself back up to speed with what's been going on. 33 and 16, the hot numbers, closely followed by 36, 31, 18, number 1 and 9. And the next result is Alan's birthday, number 19, red, an odd number in the second dozen between 19 and 36. It's in the first column and part of the Wazan section. And what a difference a day makes. I'm feeling a lot better than I was. I'm just going to close this light source here so it doesn't affect the wheel. Feeling a lot better, still not 100%, but getting there. 13 black is your next result. Odd and low for 13, lowest number in the second dozen in the first column and part of the TL section. So as always, we've got 20 minutes worth of spins here at the Real Wheel. And that is plenty of time for you to get your predictions in. Let me know at the end of the session, how well did you do? If this was in a casino, are you up or are you down? And right next door, we're pocket hopping again, is 27 red, my favourite number. In the third column, third dozen, red odd high, part of the TS section of the wheel. 27 red. $27, a lot warmer than it was this time last week. Middle of the road at the moment, I would say, for 27. And we're in 15 black. Black 15 hadn't been out in 103 spins, but it's out now. Black, odd, and low. Third column, second dozen, part of this part of the Wazan section of the wheel. And apologies for all the boxes in shot. Had deliveries, but our recycling bin has been relocated somewhere else, shall we say. Ocho, 8 black. No, I beg your pardon, that is 8 black, not 9 red. So I shall get that result corrected as soon as I can. But in the meantime, I'll tell you that 8 is black, it's odd, it's even, and it's low. Middle column, first dozen, part of the TS section of the wheel. And if I press this button here, you can see that 8 black is now the confirmed result and 9 has removed itself from the marquee. And that is the big green 0, not in any of the outside chances, columns or dozens, but it is in the Wazan section. I am always able to manually remove errors through misclicks, but they do take a while. And we're in 18 red, even and low. Third column, second dozen, part of the Wazan section of the wheel. So I'm still not up to 100% myself, but I'm feeling an awful lot better than I was yesterday. Good meal and a long sleep has done the world of good. And we're in Alan's number 22. Black, even, and high, middle dozen. First column. Part of the voisin section of the wheel. Next result on the way. 22, not quite as hot as it was last week, but still doing quite well for itself. And into last week's hottest number, red number 7. Odd and low for number 7, first column, first dozen. Part of the voisin section of the wheel. I'm very much embracing the scruffs as well at the moment. It's helping me feel better. And back in my favourite number, 27 for Nels of 7 at the moment. 27 red, an odd number. Third column, third dozen. TS section of the wheel. And from 27 we go to 30. Red, even and high for 30. Third column, third dozen. Part of the tier. And we're in 24 black, another tier number in the third column, this time in the second dozen. It's black, it's even, it's high, and it's 24. I quite like the number 24, and I've got no reason to, really. And that is 34. Red, even and high, third dozen, first column, part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. One of the least covered numbers in the game of roulette. Presumably because it's right at the end of the table. It's nobody's birthday. Only conjoins with 31, part of the Orphaland, so it's not in the tier. And that is 28. Part of the voisin section, first column. Third dozen. Black, even and high. So at the moment I'm recording 2 days in advance. I'm giving myself a little buffer in case I am not well enough to record, in case the illness gets worse again. And that's 23 red, the Enigma number, middle column, middle dozen, red odd high, part of the tier. Next result on the way. And a hop, skip and a jump into 15 black. Low and odd for 15 in the voisin section of the wheel, third column, second dozen. So our absolute coldest number at the moment is number 5. Hasn't been out in 63 spins and has only been out them once. And they've got a bunch of numbers on 2 spins, far too many numbers for me to read out. 31 black is the next result. Black, odd and high for 31. Third dozen, first column. And part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. Joint hottest number now with 33, 18 and 16. A lot of numbers are getting very hot. We don't have a breakaway like we did this time last week, but we have a lot of hot numbers. 30 red. 3-0, third column, third dozen. TS section of the wheel, a red, even and high number. And we're in one red. 57 spins since we last saw one red, the low and odd number, first column, first dozen, awful end section of the wheel. So number one was a quiet number, but it's also a hot number, 6 spins for number one, so joint hottest. 5 joint hottest numbers at the moment, goodness me. And 31 black, becoming the hottest number 7 times out. Black, odd, and high. First column, third dozen. Awful end section of the wheel. So looking at the hot 10, we've definitely got a hot section at the moment. From 16 through to about 9 clockwise is very much the hottest section of the wheel. Talk of the devil, it's 16 red. Pass of the TS section of the wheel. First column, second dozen. Red, even, and low. So yeah, that section 16 through to 9, doing very well for itself at the moment. 31's part of it, 16's part of it, 33's part of it, 1 is part of it, and 9 is part of it. So 5 of the top 10 are in that section. 34 back out again. 34, it's red, it's even, it's high. First column, third dozen. Awful end section of the wheel. Trying to look for a cold section of the wheel, and it looks like that part adjacent in the tier, adjacent to the hottest section of the wheel, is very cold indeed. 15 black. Part of the Voisin section of the wheel. It's black, it's odd, it's low. Second dozen, third column. Couple of times there on the marquee for 15. Let's see what our next result will be. Number 3 is your next result. Red odd low for number 3. Third column, first dozen. Part of the Voisin. Had a moment of panic there where I just had to double check I was recording. And pocket hopping again, this time into 35. Black odd high for 35, highest odd number on the table. Middle column, third dozen. Part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Number 4 about to join the 100 club, unless it comes in this spin. Instead, we're going to double carpet 33. That hot section keeps getting hotter, doesn't it? 33 black, odd and high, third dozen, third column. Part of the TS section. (16 and 33 have been the hottest since the very beginning. And we're in 24, that's warming up a little bit. 24 black, an even and high number in the third dozen. No, it's not, it's in the third column though. Second dozen, part of the tier. Just going to double check on my main stat sheet. 24's only on its third appearance, so it is quite a cold number still. but it's in the warm section. 17, the number we'd been waiting for the longest. 137 spins since we last saw black 17, the odd number in the middle column, middle dozen, part of the Orphanland section of the wheel. And one of the most covered numbers in the game of roulette is number 17. Right in the middle of the table. Number of love, 14. Middle column, Orphanland section of the wheel, middle dozen, red, even and low. 14, another one of those hot numbers. It's on 5 spins, but it's in that very hot section of the wheel. 16 through to 9, very hot. Number 5, our coldest number, out for only the second time. 5, red, odd, low, middle column, first dozen, TS section of the wheel. Second appearance in 152 spins. So now we have 6 unique or 6 joint coldest numbers. Legs 11, number 4, number 10, number 5, 32 and 12. 27 red is your next result. Third column, third dozen, TS section of the wheel. It's red, it's odd, it's high. My favourite number. How many times has 27 been out then? 6 times for 27, joining the hot numbers list. And 32 is your next result. 58 spins since we last saw 32, the even and high number in the middle column in the third dozen, part of the Voisin section of the wheel. But it sounds again now. And over the weekend break, well, I say weekend break, you won't see the break because we'll have videos over that time, but I will be trying to get audio from the wheel as well. Number 2 black is your next result. Centre column for number 2 in the first dozen. Black, even and low, part of the Voisin section of the wheel. So yeah, over the weekend I'm going to try and get audio from the wheel that doesn't interrupt with my talking, so that we can hear the spins as we should be able to. And my favourite number has joined the hot numbers, 27 red. Third column, third dozen, TS section of the wheel. Red, odd and high. It's been a very long time since 27's been the hot number. A very long time, in fact. And 29 black is your latest result. 48 spins since we last saw 29 black, the odd number in the middle column in the third dozen. It's an odd number and a high number, and it's part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Only a few spins left. And that result is number 4. Hadn't seen it in 109 spins, number 4. The black even low number in the first column in the first dozen, part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Now normally this would be the penultimate spin, however we did have that issue confirming number 8. So long ago, in fact, it's flown off the marquee. So I will do an extra spin to make up for that. And that result is number 5. 5 red odd low in the TS section of the wheel, middle column, first dozen. Penultimate spin happening. That just leaves 10, 11 and 12 as your coldest numbers. How weird. That one street is the coldest. 35 black, we've seen that on the marquee, and it's out again. Black 35 in the Voisin section of the wheel. Middle column, third dozen, black odd high. Final spin. This is your final spin. Let's see where we end up. And we're finishing with a brand new hot number, 27 red, my favourite number. Third column, third dozen, TS section of the wheel, red on high. So thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy the spins, please feel free to subscribe. You get new spins at 12 noon United Kingdom time. Every single day of the week you get 20 minutes of new spins. If you want to chip in and support the show, please go to patreon.com/therealwheel. Thank you all so much for watching, thank you all so much for playing along with me, and I'll see you all very, very soon.